Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. Right here with Spears.
How y'all feel out there?
What time is it? Game time. She's a queen to be, a queen to be, and forever. Guess who's back? She's back, and it's back / I'm back. Let me put this in context. When I say she's back, you know who that is. The chocolate, pleasurable, wonderful, tasty Kyla. J. Lacey. I be fucking up her name sometimes, and I can tell she wants to hit me.
Sometimes?
Yes, and I can tell she wants to hit me. And part of me fucks up her name because I want her to hit me. I told you, do me like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang with Halle Berry and mush my forehead. Love, should have brought your ass home last night. I'll catch your fingers on the pull away.
Oh my God.
Kyla J. Lacey is back because we're going to be talking about, and I wish I would have remembered the name. I kept going, The Price of Pleasure or The Principles of Pleasure, and it was The Principles of Pleasure on Netflix, 3-part documentary about women and their bodies and the things and the jiggles and the bobbles and the wibblies and the things that I like to wibble wop when I drop the plip plop of the pill. So we're going to be talking about that. So me and Andy, we said and I wish I had promoted it almost like a week or two in advance, because an emailer wrote in and actually said something that was pretty smart. And he was like, yo, I wish you guys would give us a heads up on what y'all going to watch before you watch them, rather than talk about it after you watch it. That way we can have a chance to watch it too, and we know what you're talking about. So again, we're learning. This is how we grow, goddammit. We learn from the people. And me and Andy didn't want to be on here talking about this without a woman's point of view, because it came off kind of chauvinistic. It's still going to come off a little chauvinistic, but at least you have a woman to help balance some of this shit out and inform us of what we don't know. And before we get into that, though, when I say it's back, I'm back on Instagram. I'm back on Instagram. I'm back on Instagram. Yes, your boy is back. You're going to have all the flavor that you normally would have, but this time you're going to get diet Aries. Less sugar, meaning I'm not going to be hollering back at these trolls and these motherfuckers who know how to push my buttons, because that's what got me in trouble in the first fucking place. And quite frankly, it's not smart to my financial bottom line for me to be not having a Instagram, because I promote, I could sell, merch, motherfucking help the people get on the podcast with their music. So for a platform to help make money, it's not a smart thing for me to fuck that up. So Aries diet now. But my Instagram is back, y'all. Now I'm done taking up most of the time. Andy,
I didn't even know you could get kicked off Instagram for having a fight in your DM.
Oh, you get it. Well, they report you still.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. If someone's engaging with you in your DM, that should be like a regular conversation, not you didn't broadcast it out to the world, so that shouldn't be. You can get yanked for that. But apparently, Aries, you figured out how to.
Oh, I figured out all kind of ways to fuck shit up.
I've been in Facebook jail a lot. So.
I've never been in Facebook jail, but that's also because I'm never on Facebook. To me, it was always, I wouldn't have even been on Instagram if my Twitter was still active, because I just loved Twitter. So I never really fucked with Instagram, but once Twitter suspended me, then I jumped to Instagram and I fell in love with Instagram. And when they suspended me, I went to Facebook, which I never fuck with. And I was starting to get used to Facebook, but I'm glad I'm back on Instagram.
Twitter didn't suspend you.
Somebody actually tweeted.
Twitter murdered you.
To Elon Musk, give Aries Spears his Twitter back.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Because he owns like 7% now of Twitter.
Yeah, some ridiculous amount.
Yeah, so I think it's 7. 5 gives you controlling. I
love Twitter because Twitter was the one place where you could see actual murder and porn.
Yeah, you can get Bible verses and dick on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's very true.
All right, before we dive into this, one thing I want to address, because I think Andy sent me this clip, but somebody else sent me this clip. I'm really starting to get mad at T.I. Get the fuck out the lane, T.I., if you're not going to do this justice. because he already got in the riff with Godfrey, because Godfrey was headlining a show in Atlanta, and T.I. went on after him, and Godfrey's like, that's not how that goes. Like, first of all, if you want time on my show, you got to ask me, but then you don't follow the headliner. That's the end of the show. So him and T.I. got to look into a thing about that.
He works in entertainment. He should know that.
Well, he works as a rapper.
But I'm saying, as a rapper, you would know that. As a rapper, you would know, like, somebody, Will Smith ain't going to be opening up for T.I. Closing for T.I.
Right. And vice versa.
Yeah.
But then the other thing was the clip where he was arguing with this female comedian who, I guess, made jokes about his rape allegations or sexual assault allegations. Now, what I thought until I found out was he was there in the crowd and she started making jokes and he got offended or upset, and here we go. But what I found out was he heckled her, which caused her, in defense, to fuck with him. That is a major no-no. And what pisses me off about T.I. is what he's not understanding. He needs to stop applying rap logic to comedy. He's got this rap persona where he gotta, do the same bravado in rap that don't belong in comedy. And that is an unwritten rule. If you know how hard this industry is, you know how hard it is what we do, this hustle. And we don't like dealing with hecklers. We'll deal with a heckler if we have to. And most of us are skillfully equipped to do so. There are some comics who aren't as good at it as others. There are some comics who get taken by the heckler, which is why they turn into a deer in headlights when there's a heckler. But nonetheless, dude, you coming into our world. Show some humility, man. And that's a major no-no. You don't heckle another comedian. If you respect this craft and you know how hard this shit is, you don't do that.
Okay, but those are the parts that you just hit. One, he said in that video, comedy ain't hard.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's at the very end of the video. She goes, this is hard. And he goes, comedy ain't hard. That's number one. Number two, though, before we go any further,
a drink and he put a pill in comedy's drink. That's
yeah. But before you go any further with that, you're right, but you're wrong. Because he doesn't have to go by comedy rules. Because true to entertainment, which comedy is entertainment, if he sells tickets, if he brings out a crowd, he can make up his own rules. Because it's going to be his crowd coming to his show. He'll do what he wants to do. Yeah, I know it's different. But he still has to figure that part of that out, because you don't go on after the headliner. That should have been the end of the show. Godfrey ends the show. If you wanted time, you should have spoke to him.
How did he even maneuver that? Like, if it's Godfrey's
Probably went to the club.
Oh.
Well, first of all, he's from Atlanta.
Right.
So Atlanta is he's a king in Atlanta. So he can do whatever he want to do.
But he's creating his own lane in comedy. And so when you create your own lane, the rules are going to be a little bit different.
He's going to crash in that lane.
You better believe it.
He may.
You better believe it.
But that's for him to do. I'm just saying.
What he doesn't want to do is turn the community against him.
He doesn't. But he doesn't know that yet.
Oh.
Because again, what did you say before? And I'm going to say this because it's about Atlanta too. What is your biggest key to comedy? What do you have to do to become a great comic? You say
travel.
Okay. And where has this been based out of so far?
His hometown.
And so he can get away with anything in that lane in his hometown that he wants.
And when word starts to spread that he is arrogant and he does say things like comedy ain't hard, there are going to be motherfuckers in towns waiting on him to go, let's put your it ain't hard to the test.
But, it might not be, some people, they do have a natural ability in it, and then then their game has to catch up to the skill level.
But if his thought process is rap, if his persona and his bravado is hip hop, then when that moment comes where they test him, that ain't gonna win it. Because this ain't a versus. This ain't a battle. That ain't gonna win it. You're gonna have to rely on comedic ability to handle that.
And I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, this lane that he's created. I mean, how different is it? And I'm not knocking anybody who comes from somewhere else in entertainment. I'm not. But how different is it from Jeremy Piven decided he wanted to do comedy? Now Piven went through it, traveled. He's working it out, trying to become a better comic.
But he actually does comedic things.
He does, but he's being a comedic actor and being
but I mean, being a rapper who raps about selling drugs and fucking people is a bit further removed than Jeremy Piven from
kind of, but he's been supporting comedy in Atlanta for a long time. He goes to shows. He's I'm not saying that makes you a comic, but he is absorbing comedy. He's understanding.
Well, he's not understanding. Well, he's not. No,
I guarantee you're correct. I'm not denying it. I'm just trying to give a different perspective because I know that there's people out there that are going to have this perspective that I'm giving right now. But I'm also saying what you said. You have to travel. You got to get to know that what works in your city definitely isn't going to necessarily work in another city, especially when you don't have that same, legacy going on in another city. I think it's going to be a learning process, but I think that he does have a lot of skill level as an entertainer that he can bring some of that to comedy. We'll see what happens. If you can bring it over as an actor, I think you can bring it over as a rapper.
No.
And Jeremy Piven, I don't believe, or even Michael Rappaport for that point, has ever said comedy is easy.
No. And I respect their work.
They would never heckle another comic.
Yeah, they're putting in work.
Yeah, and they're putting it in respect.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a major component.
I'm not disagreeing with any of that.
I mean, no offense to him, too. He's not somebody I look at him like, he's probably got a great sense of humor. Like, if you look at Chance the Rapper, for instance, if Chance the Rapper decided to do comedy, I can understand that. I've seen him do comedic things. But T.I. doesn't even seem like he has the personality.
He's very supportive of comedy.
You could put money into something and not necessarily support it.
Yeah.
Listen, and when I reposted it, the first thing I said was, look, I applaud anybody from an artistic standpoint that wants to get out of their comfort zone and dabble in another art form. I think Jamie Foxx is the king of it. Mm-hmm. Funny as a motherfucker, can sing his ass off. Mm-hmm. And I always said, honestly, I prefer Jamie the singer more than I do to Jamie the comic. His comedy's funny, but I think he's a much better singer than he is a comedian. But he's a funny motherfucker, and he does it well. So I'm all for that, but you gotta respect the game, and especially if you're not necessarily great at it, then you gotta be a sponge. You gotta soak all this up. You gotta learn. You gotta be humble. And T.I. has that rap persona where rappers are, I'm the shit. This is my city. I run shit. And I just hate that bravado with comedy. That doesn't belong in comedy.
And the difference, too, is when Jamie Foxx came out with an album, one, we kind of already knew he could sing. But when he came out with an album, he came out swinging. Like, he came out with, like a really great record.
Right.
It's not like T.I.'s foray into comedy has, been him going viral because he said something absolutely funny. He went viral for heckling somebody and getting his just due.
Right.
Well, we're here in Baltimore. We're at the Comedy Factory here in Baltimore, and T.I. will be here
next week.
So
he's performing. Oh,
so we'll get to see. People will see what it is.
Right.
What his.
Oh.
So
but this don't help your case. To people that are looking to want to fold their arms and go, show me, motherfucker, because you're not really a comedian. That don't help your case.
Yeah.
So, all right. The principles of pleasure.
So get into some vagina.
Let's get into, I like that. Let's get into some vagina. Andy called me immediately when I was like, dude, this shit.
I called you at 4 minutes and 46 seconds, I think.
Into it. My first note, I said, what makes talking about sex so hard? And is it harder for men or women? So that's one question.
No pun intended.
Right. And my feeling was, I think most men definitely want to talk about it, because talking about it in our minds means it leads to it. But there's a difference between talking about it versus learning about it. And I think a lot of men love to talk about it, but not as many love to learn about it.
I agree.
So this is why I wanted to watch this, because, look, I've said this before, I don't ever profess to be King Ding-a-ling. As a matter of fact, I have several records where I've beaten my time.
Oh, okay.
In terms of finishing.
Okay, all right.
I set records.
Go get it.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm curious, and I like to learn about women and their bodies and what makes them tick, as I said in last week's episode, because I'm an artist.
Okay.
When it comes to lovemaking, my foreplay game is and my sexual game ain't bad either, because if it was horrible, I wouldn't have repeat customers. But this is an in and out. If my dick was a franchise, it'd be In and Out.
In and Out burgers?
Yeah.
Okay, In and Out. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's the first question is it harder for men to talk about it or women?
I don't know. I've never been a man before.
So as a woman, is it harder for you?
And it depends on the context, right? Like if in terms of talking to my friends about it, yeah.
Girlfriends.
Yeah. And in terms of talking to somebody I've actually had sex with or am having sex with, it's actually there's a bit difficulty involved in that.
On your part or his?
I would say mine for sure.
Really? Okay.
I mean, I will say this without saying names. It's real interesting when you have sex with someone and you've had a sexual relationship with someone and you talk to them and they're, like, yeah, and our sex life was great. And I'm like, okay, hour. Wow, that's a funny word. And so I think as a woman, society makes you feel like you have to be kind about bad sex.
And you're not?
I think I'm kinder than I should be about bad sex.
Have you ever flat out just told a dude in the moment?
No, this is not working. No. I should have. I absolutely.
What stops you?
I think that there's like this thing about society making you always have to be this nice person, and it's like you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. I mean, obviously, if I'm having sex with them, I have some sort of care about their feelings.
Right.
But yeah, people out there giving bad pipe.
Is there a polite way to do it? Like I would, if I was you, let's say you was a dude and you gave me bad sex, I would just be like, "Hey, sweetheart, do me a favor. That's sex. Could you take out the trash?"
Wow. I feel like
get your clothes and go.
Just go ahead and take the money and leave.
I like how you said there's people out there giving bad pipe. Let me ask you a question.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, let's just pretend this is a dildo.
Bad pipers.
Let's pretend this is a dildo.
Okay.
And I say, here you go.
It's got 4 batteries.
Okay, yeah, just say there you go.
All right.
There you go. What is it doing? What is it doing for you?
And nothing. It's sitting on a table.
Well, if you put it in your hand, what does it do for you?
It sits in my hand.
So you have to give it the instruction. You have to physically give it the instruction.
Yeah, but I don't tell a vibrator how to vibrate.
No,
either.
you don't tell, but you get the one that you like. And if you have some connection with it, then you use it to perform the way you need to.
Absolutely. And listen, I am absolutely here for being communicative with your partner. Absolutely. But there are some things about having sex that I don't have control over.
That is
no matter
true.
what I say to that person,
I get that.
There's no control over that.
But if you,
I can't control their size. I can't control their hip movement. I can't control their stamina.
Well, you can when you go to buy it.
Well, listen, absolutely. But I can't control their stamina. Like I had somebody who I had sex with 3 times, and I've had quickies longer than that, cumulative 3 times that I've had sex with this person. And
so it was bad?
It didn't even have time to be bad.
So what was it?
It was short as fuck.
It was
so
good.
That's bad.
It was good for him.
But I'm saying it was so quick.
But why would you go back 3 times then?
Because
you think it's going to get better.
Yeah. I think, you're like, the first time I didn't even know.
I would love to have a gang of bitches that just keep fucking me out of hope.
But seriously, I think, and you like somebody, you want them to be better at sex. And so I was just like, okay, this is a pattern. This is a thing that you have going. I listen, I'm sorry for what I've done, but I can't do this anymore.
But there's things that person could do to fix that. If it's worth it.
It wasn't worth it.
Okay, so then that's it.
No.
So then
the person wasn't very nice.
Okay, well,
and then initiated sex afterwards, and I was years later, and I was just like,
well, he had to be nice at some point to get you.
No.
He was an asshole, and you still.
I mean, when you first like somebody, of course, there's some kindness, but as a general statement, he wasn't a nice person.
Well, how long before when you met him did he go from okay, he's kind of nice to Ike Turner?
He was never. It was more of an indifference. It was more of a like, I call, you don't pick up, but you on Facebook type shit, or just say something mean.
God, his dick game trash. Yeah, he's got the arrogance to do that.
But the worst part about it is like, I think that if women vocalize, I think if women were as mean and cruel about things as men were, I think like the world would actually be a better place. Because like men be saying some mean shit with like, how you mean with terrible dick? But it's an epidemic.
Because you're not saying anything.
Okay, well I'm gonna start telling people they got terrible dick.
Every woman when the dick is trash should turn into Dice Clay. Get the the fuck out of here.
I think what's worse is like I can't to see people that I've had sex with and like know their dick is trash. And then they have like kids. And I'm like, somebody allowed that.
Well, wait a minute. No.
Like I can't imagine getting pregnant from bad sex.
But wait a minute. Everybody, they're saying one person's trash is another man's pleasure. Somebody out there, listen, that dick fit somebody's lock. That key fit somebody's lock. Maybe your lock was just too big.
Wow. My lock does kegels. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. What's kegels? That's some shit in salad?
Okay. It's croutons.
Yeah, let me get some croutons.
My vagina does
kegels.
croutons. Thank you very much.
Get the kegel salad. What's kegels?
It's when you squeeze your vagina.
Oh, those are vagina exercises.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the puss-ups. Yeah.
The puss-ups. I've never. Is that you? Is that you?
That's my friend Nick Harvey. But he told me I could take credit because he's a good Christian comic.
Puss-ups. That's great. How many reps do you do?
Enough to break the bank. Apparently, enough to make a 4-minute happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, the push-ups. You got the push with the pussy.
I'm gonna push you up.
1, 2, 3, 4 reps with the pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
We went into Arnold. Arnold was fucking the maid.
Yes, he was. I don't know. Has a dude ever told you you're trash?
No.
Do you think women can be trash?
Yes.
I've in my whole.
Do I think I can be trash? No.
No. But in my whole existence, and I've put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
Okay.
I've had one piece of bad pussy ever.
Really?
And that's because she was dry as fuck.
Wow.
It was like the Mojave Desert.
Wow.
I might as well just went to the beach and put a gang of sand in my hand and started jacking off.
She might have been, not feeling well.
But
she might have been dehydrated.
But like you,
stressed.
multiple times.
She could have just had dry pussy.
Multiple times.
Oh.
Yeah, that happens?
They come dry.
You gotta drink apple juice.
Is it specifically apple juice?
Yeah.
Is that a fact or you being funny?
That is a fact.
What does apple juice do?
So apple juice has phytoestrogens in them, and they help you lubricate, and they're good for your vaginal health in general.
But there's some women that don't. As they get older,
juice.
But if you're older,
look, apple juice. I'm telling you.
Okay, so apple juice is the key to every woman's.
No, look, it helps.
Okay, I understand it helps. I'm just saying there is case of dry pussy in the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I heard that watermelon helps with men's erections.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm not being funny. The part I'm going to be funny about is the fact that now you know why niggas love watermelons.
Well,
niggas, that watermelon juice nigga does wonders for the black man's penis. That's why we eat that goddamn watermelon nigga. We eat it to the goddamn rind.
Unfortunately, it was only watermelons with seeds.
That's the white trickery. They've taken the black seeds out because those are the nigga vitamins.
Right.
Those are the nigga pills that help a nigga's dick get hard. That white man said we've got to take the black seeds out because these niggas are fucking our women.
They want to trade in the black seeds for the blue pill.
no, you don't want any black seeds. That's the whole point. You see what I'm saying?
Trade in
they
the
don't
black-
want black
Whoa,
seeds.
I
You
get
see
you,
what I'm
sister.
saying?
I get you.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Wow.
Right. And when you eat all the color away, what's left is the white rind.
Right. Look. Yeah.
And the watermelon, and what color is it?
green.
It's green. So it's parts of the earth. So the color's on the inside. You take away the color, you got the white wine left. See these white folks? Slick.
That's what it is.
Stay woke.
One thing I noticed while watching this, how come all the professionals about sex, educators,
Have a look.
are so unfuckable?
To you.
No,
To
get the
you.
fuck out.
To
These
you.
bitches is unfuckable.
I bet you somebody fucking them.
Listen, the one lady, Dr. Emily Nagoski, looked like Frank Caliendo.
Who's Frank Caliendo?
Is a comedian, does impressions. Put glasses and a wig on that nigga. That was her.
But she knows how to fuck.
Somebody fucking her.
I mean,
she
somebody's
knows-
fucking any woman because pussy is desired by all men, every man. So we don't matter to some dudes. It don't matter what the shit look
But
like.
I think so. That's what they were saying in the documentary itself was that because people don't fit into this heteronormative, thin white, stereotypical view of sexiness, that they aren't allowed pleasure. And that was what they kept saying throughout the documentary.
Okay.
That you have to fit a certain box in order to feel like your pleasure is is valuable.
Do you think though men would be more interested in listening to this if it didn't start off with what does it mean being a woman? And one of the things that a woman said was being a woman is not inherently a disease. Do you think that men think of being a woman as a disease? I mean, it's hard to listen to something when you're getting smacked before you even start to open the book.
That sounds very white.
Why? What do you mean?
No, I'm saying in terms of like, it's like a white person saying, you know, can you tone it down? Because it's not a message for us specifically.
If you want a reaction.
Yeah. But it wasn't about men. Like if it's centered around a woman's experience, it doesn't necessarily have to cater to what's polite for men to hear.
So women in a conversation talk about how they're not inherently a disease.
Yeah.
They do.
But let me ask you, because I'm trying to understand.
Well, I think that's just a point as a general statement.
That was made to whom then?
Oh, how women are treated.
But it was made to, if women feel that way, then that was made to men.
Why? Why aren't women allowed to talk about their experience outside of thinking about how men are going to feel about it?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying if that's not a normal conversation to go, don't you think we're felt
I don't
as
think
a disease?
that's necessarily the words that are used, but I think the sentiment of being viewed as secondary in your own experience is a pretty universal experience for women.
So my point was though, if their women aren't saying it like that to themselves, so then that was directed outward to someone else then, right?
Not necessarily.
Okay, then who was it directed to?
I'm saying it's articulating a particular sentiment that is pretty universal for women. Just because those aren't the exact words that have been used to describe it, does it mean that it wasn't for women when it was being described?
Because I just never understood. I don't think of men thinking women as a disease.
I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. When you said you don't want to get smacked the moment you try to get into the book, are you saying that when she made that statement, she's saying that's how we view women?
That would be, I would assume that if women don't view themselves as a disease.
But that's how society views women. Okay. Society views, and like the whole point when it came out was like the word hysterical comes from the same word as uterus. Like it comes from like that hysterectomy and hysterical have the same root word. And that's because when women were thought to be unwell, it was involving their vaginas. Like throughout history, women have been secondary to the human experience.
Okay, but we're going to go way too fast into this.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
But
it's not about necessarily, you know, having to think about men's feelings in the conversation when it's about the oppression of women.
I am not talking about feelings.
Then why are you saying when you open up the door?
When you open up a conversation, how do you open? When you open up, okay, if we have a fight in the ring, the first thing that they do, the first thing you think
it's about you in the conversation. Why does the conversation have to involve men?
Because that statement is directed at men.
Why do you think that?
Because women wouldn't start the conversation between themselves about sex.
How do you know that?
Because I asked you first.
I said that I said that's not necessarily the absolute language that's used, but that doesn't mean that that's not the sentiment that's universal. So just because I describe something in a particular way doesn't. That's what I literally do for a living. I say, "Oh, this is a thought. Let me describe it this way." And people are like, "Oh shit, I feel the same way about it." That's exactly what that was. It was just a metaphor.
You know, before you get riled up, would you like me to make you cocktails?
No, drink? I would not.
Okay,
William.
Keep going.
So it's a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then maybe I missed the metaphor because all I saw is that I'm interested in what your experience is as a woman.
And but you're more concerned with how the language is presented.
It wasn't how the language was presented. First of all, let's go back to what you said.
Okay.
Women
are secondary, have been treated as secondary throughout history.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, you have been. But have you been treated secondary or primary? Because the first primary concern of human was to take care of the woman.
What?
We're in wars up until 1960 when we had the pill. There was never a time for women to have complete access because women had you have a function that I don't have. I could never have the same function you have.
Okay.
You can be a CEO. You could be a president of a country.
And so can you.
Yes. But I can never have a child. I'll never bear a child.
So what does it have to do?
Technology is going to...
But what does it have to do with anything?
Because then I'm the disease.
What?
I see myself as the disease. Because all I've ever done is...
This is the most white shit I've ever heard. Auntie, it's like saying...
Now you're breaking it down to white shit.
Because as a black woman, I am oppressed via like patriarchy as well as racism. So for me, it's just sounding like what a white person would say, describing how they feel about when they hear about racism. It's the same thing. It's a man describing how he feels when women talk about sexism.
No, I'm asking you. I'm actually presenting a different case of logic to myself. Is that I can't have a child, so the natural protection from a male over war, over disease, over famine would be to protect what could continue with the life form.
But you act as if women are just poop by themselves. We're not like getting ourselves pregnant. I mean, that's to simply say that there's only one part of the species that's involved in biological evolution, and that's just incorrect.
I'm not saying that, but there's only one person that can birth another human.
Okay, but
out of the two of us,
but that doesn't. But that's counterintuitive because that's saying because women can give birth that they're considered protected. No. Okay. In fact, and to your point, the one time that women are more likely to be murdered is by their partners is when they're pregnant.
Oh boy, hello America.
Okay. So
OJ just entered the chat.
But going back to what you're saying about patriarchal society and from the back,
glasses fogging, Andy.
Going all the way forward, who's died in war? Who dies in wars? Men
people who start them.
No, the people who start them never die in the wars.
Well, no, that's true.
But the species that starts them.
Whatever. Do you know what? There's only two reasons that we've really gone to war:
religion and stealing shit,
property, and women.
No,
women pussy is a major factor.
What woman started a war? Oh, Helen of Troy.
Not started the war. Men have gone to war over women.
Who?
The older King's Wars. A lot of them started over property and women.
Who?
Well, I'll have to get back to you. I have it. I just
the Crusades were for religious reasons.
I understood that.
Like there are many wars that are started over religion or property or invasions.
Well, speaking of invasion, let's keep it into pussy.
Okay. You want to get back into this?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Andy and I always do this every time.
No, y'all really don't. This is the first time I've really seen.
Well, I just
you took your glasses off
because I know this patriarchal society that she's going to talk about that is very white for me to talk about is only a certain percentage, a hyper percentage of men that actually benefit from this.
What?
No, that actually hold the cards. Let me rephrase from benefit to hold the cards.
But that's like saying there's only a certain amount of white people that hold the cards. It's still it's trickle down fuckonomics.
We know, and we know
it still happens.
No,
oppression doesn't stop because it's only a few people doing it.
No one ever said oppression stopped because of a few. But you're putting a whole group that don't even control their destiny.
So you're saying that because men can't control their destinies, or the men who can't control their destinies, that they are like unable to be oppressive to the women in their lives? I
did not say that.
But okay,
we're taking a societal look from here all the way back into time because that's what you did. You said I don't know your exact words, but you said. How did you say it at the beginning?
I don't know what you
because you said about a patriarchal society from back to today.
So it's not a patriarchal society anymore?
I didn't say that.
I'm asking you.
But the way that the patriarchal society is determined is a lot different than it actually, to me, than it actually is.
Okay, so go ahead.
No, I just said it. It's a very hyper percentage of men that control this destiny that you talk about, and women didn't have access because before birth control. And that's what
I'm saying. So you're saying on a macro level, men don't have the ability to. I'm saying women.
No, I don't.
Or I should say micro level. They don't have the ability to oppress women. It's only on a large scale.
Are more women in college today, more college graduates than ever before right now?
This is the whitest conversation. That's like saying, oh, because black people have more rights.
When is the time that women had the opportunity? Because before the pill, there wasn't such a great opportunity for women.
Right.
Okay, so since the 60s, in this small amount of time.
Women couldn't even have bank accounts until the 70s.
I get this. I get what you're saying. I'm
not the good old days.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is to the extent that you make it, that I can't view women as a disease because I was never part of that group that looked at it this way.
Oh, Andy.
So I never looked at it as a disease.
Do you see what you see it?
Yeah.
You hear it. You hear it.
You know,
you
I'm
hear
gonna be
it,
honest with you.
Hear it, you hear it.
No. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so focused on how sexy you look right now.
I am sick.
You have a pregnancy glow about you.
Well, I hope
Like,
not.
the way your sweater is hanging off your shoulder, you're getting heated. Your glasses are fogging up. Your hair is creased, some a different world curly. Oh goodness! Ooh, oh boy! Hello, America.
No.
But yeah, this is good. This is good.
But you see it sounds.
I don't know. I don't know that I follow it all from this perspective because when you start getting to talk about the hierarchy and patriarchs, and I'm lost. But this is good. This is why we wanted you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because this is good. You put some kegel in the salad. Beautiful. All right.
Sprinkle.
Did both of y'all make y'all's point on that?
No, but it's
No.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine to me. I don't know what's fine to you, but I look at it as if anybody wants to make the changes, it would be nice to be thought of as I want to be here for you, I want to be here for the process.
I think what he's saying, where I will agree with him, is, but what I will also have to agree with you is, as a huge whole, women have been treated poorly and viewed a certain way by men. But I think sometimes, to what Andy is saying, there are men out there that want to be in your cause and on your side. And sometimes the way things are worded shuts the door before we can even walk in.
And this is what I'm saying.
And
So is if a white person says to a black person, "Hey, I want to be down like Brandy, like I want to be part of your cause. I want to understand where you're coming from, but it's your wording. It's how you phrased it."
I understood what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I understood what you were saying. I understood what you went with the white privilege. Here's the thing. If I'm watching a movie or a documentary that is for a positive role of women, I've obviously tuned in past what that is, and I'm here to support.
And that's what I'm saying. Why do you think that the documentary was made with you in mind?
It wasn't made with me in mind.
It wasn't. But to dudes that want to be involved.
But why do women have to tailor our language to make men feel comfortable? Black people don't have to tailor their language to make white people feel comfortable, and women shouldn't have to tailor their language to make men feel comfortable.
For me, it's not about making me feel comfortable, but it's like sometimes it comes off defensive.
I just think that honestly, lack of better term, that's like a pussy viewpoint. Like, oh, she said women aren't a disease. I'm going to be sad about it. I don't want to listen anymore. Like, out of all the shit that could have been said, like that's
Please
where
say that word again.
Pussy.
Oh boy.
But I'm saying that's where we stop. Like, that's where the conversation's like, oh, this is too much. You said women aren't a disease. Like, I don't want to tune in anymore. Like, come on, Andy.
No. She called herself a disease is basically the way that it was reflected in society, the way that I saw
And
her.
I
way
feel
that I saw her, but I didn't see her that way. So as soon as
it's not about what you feel.
But I'm one of the ones that am watching because I want to be relatable. I want to understand. So you're removing me from that conversation.
And that's what I'm saying. You keep centering yourself and your feelings in her feelings, and that's not fair. You can't tell her.
I have to censor myself around women to the way that I think and that I talk, because I never want a woman to feel less than. So
that's a totally different viewpoint. You can't tell somebody who's an oppressed, marginalized group that they should tailor their language about their experience so that you don't have bad feelings about it. You are centering yourself in the experience that she is experiencing. Just because you didn't call her a disease, just because you don't feel like she's a disease, doesn't mean that the rest of the world that doesn't revolve around you doesn't feel that way.
I don't know anyone who's ever looked at a woman and saw a disease.
And just because you didn't ask everybody.
I didn't ask everybody. Neither did the women on the show.
But they're women.
But they're women, so they get to have this.
No, that doesn't mean that you get to dictate what her experience is like.
And you don't get to dictate how I felt about the statement.
You don't have to. But it's not. The statement wasn't about you.
I understood, but it removed me from the.
You weren't in the conversation to begin with.
Then I didn't need to watch it, and then I don't need to be informative and be there for women on any sort of plane
that's
whatsoever.
like, we're not playing the games with with my rules, so I'm going to take my ball and go home. That's what you're saying. That's how you're acting.
That's not what I said.
That's how you're acting. You're acting like because the conversation wasn't tailored to make Andy feel better, that the conversation shouldn't have happened or the words shouldn't have been used. And that's crazy.
That is not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying if you want me to participate.
That's what you're saying. Then.
No, I'm saying if you want me to participate, could you wait maybe 15 seconds to get into this? Could you allow me to go, hey, this is what we're doing?
Who said that they wanted you to participate?
No one. So I'm not going to participate.
Well, but I wouldn't say that, though. I wouldn't say, well, that I'm not going to participate.
I'm saying.
I wouldn't say that,
it's
though.
Very much, I'm going to take my ball and go home because I don't like the language that's used about my experience.
And listen, I'm going to tell you something. As I watch this, and again, it's 3 parts, an hour apiece. I like the first 2, but by the third one, I was like,
and I thought the third one was the most important one.
Okay. You know what I mean? But I know that I'm coming.
Which one was? Because it was the masturbation one. There was the anatomy one, and what was the other one?
It was the relation. It was more in the relationship.
But I look at it. I look at it like this.
I didn't get past the first one.
I'm coming to visit this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a visitor.
Mm-hmm.
So the visit is my choice. But what isn't my choice is what's discussed and how it's discussed.
Mm-hmm.
So as a visitor, I got to sit in the corner and visit.
And that's what I'm saying. You keep trying to wrap the situation around what makes you feel comfortable in terms of
the conversation you're coming into.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. The only unfortunate part is that I'm trying to say is when I came into this conversation, regardless whether I was invited or not, and I understand that I wasn't, I came in because I wanted to be part of I would like to understand some more, and I don't agree with the setup. I don't agree with it.
And it's not about you.
But I have the right not to agree with it.
Okay.
And that's what I said. I didn't agree with it because I know where we are today. I know where we were in 1960s, 70s, 80s,
and you
90s.
know it so well that you didn't even listen to the people who were experiencing it.
No, I listened to
you
the
didn't
whole thing.
You just said you didn't watch the whole thing. You just said you didn't watch all of it.
No. I said to you that I shouldn't have. I watched the whole thing, all 3 episodes. The third episode to me about the relationship and then where the communication comes in became the most important part to me because that's where my head is at. So when in the beginning, when I felt pushed out, my end game, the third part where we're communicating together was the most important part to me. So in my brain, my little white fucking tender brain that you just described wants to be at the part where we're communicating. Unfortunately, I had to get to the part where I felt like, okay, you can communicate with us, but I'm going to kick you in the nuts first.
And that's fine for me. A little bashing of the balls is the introduction to the pills.
Oh.
I take pills for the balls and the pussy.
Get back into this. We're never going to get through this.
All right. The Asian lady from Hong Kong said Asians are very conservative.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought to myself, but yet, whenever you look, especially on the internet, anything sexual, Asians be some of the freakiest motherfuckers
No, I don't watch Asian
on the
porn.
planet.
But I do know that they have to pixelate the pubic hair, like in Japan.
You can't show pubic hair?
No.
In Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's also a nation that has a high suicide rate. I don't know. Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
God, okay.
Can't show the hair.
So they essentially don't show the pussy then, right?
I've never watched Japanese porn.
To all of our patinas out there, if you have the answer to this, please write in. I would like to know why you won't show hair. And if you pixelate
Well, they don't show hair. They don't show dick.
They don't show dick?
No,
I don't know that. I've never watched Japanese porn.
What the fuck?
No, they don't show. They pixelate they pixelate all the anatomy.
Jennies.
The anatomy in that area.
Really?
Yeah, they can't show
fucking
it.
Asians be weird, man. Oh, damn.
And I got so stuck on the other part. I didn't even get to the other stuff that I wanted to say.
Oh,
No, I just want to say this. There was a thing in there where they talked about not breaking the egg was part of the parents' skills information.
Not breaking the egg.
Not breaking the egg. We're talking about high school girls, and they have. It's not break. That's a parenting thing that had nothing. It was part of a parenting study, and it wasn't about breaking the. It was about that's about taking care. They made this sound so ridiculous, but I don't know. Did you ever have to do that when you were in school?
No.
You had to take an egg or a bag of flour, and you had to carry it around for a week.
No.
And
I went to a white school, so they just got abortions.
They just got abortions. Well, the purpose of it was so that you and your parenting skills wasn't because they wanted to see you break. It was to see if you could, how it would feel to be a parent where you would have to take care of something and it wasn't allowed to break for a week. But I didn't understand. I think I was just trying to get in and I couldn't get in. I wanted to get in. I wanted to understand, and I didn't feel like the right information was given at the beginning. I didn't feel like it was the right.
I just feel like if that is the sentence that turned you off, I don't think you were ever intended to be on.
That's why I say watch Sex in the City, man. It is the key to understanding these hoes. Did you want to say something else? I had something.
No, go keep going.
I never knew that the hymen was a myth.
I listen, news to me. I learned some stuff about some stuff I had.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And what exactly is the hymen?
It's supposed to be like a skin, like layer of skin over your vaginal opening, that once you're penetrated, it's supposed to break and cause this bleeding when you have sex for the first time. But right. I'd say a lot of times when you have sex and you're bleeding, it's because of the stretching of the skin, not necessarily because the hymen is broken.
And the hymen can break doing athletic.
Yeah, you can do it horseback riding,
running.
Some women
anything
don't.
that just stretches the vagina.
It's supposed to be this covering over it. I
it
guess,
on the outside?
No, not on the outside. No, on the inside. It's up in there. I guess it covers the cervix. I don't know. I don't know if it's like saran wrap for the pussy. I don't know.
It was a big deal.
Break seal. I don't.
Right.
It was supposed to be a big deal in times where there was arranged marriages and that you were getting a virgin, so that you could,
see if it's still intact.
And then that was supposed to let you know that you got one.
Yeah,
that was
on the night that you commence your first piece, there's blood involved. That would mean there's.
Yeah, I guess once you lose your virginity, you're supposed to bleed. I don't know.
I know them.
I lost my virginity a few times.
African niggas don't be shook by that. What is the problem? To got the blood on the first time, that's part of it. That's part of it. That's part of it. If she bleeding, and she goes, I don't want to do it because I'm bleeding. You say you have no say in the matter. All right. And I kind of already knew this, but a lot of them emphasize. I think, and this is where the part where I go, men learning about sex. Not to say that women don't, but we always think the most pleasurable part of sex for a woman is penetration. And some of it is that. But they kept emphasizing the clit is the main pleasure point.
Good times.
So I once heard a woman say, to put it in perspective, what you do to our clits is like us giving you a blowjob. That's the...
Yeah, I mean, I've never had a blowjob, so I don't know about the comparison for sure, but I would imagine, yeah.
Well, so obviously, okay, so if there's satisfaction in terms of penetration and there's satisfaction in terms of clitoral, what about the rest of the pussy? Like the lips? If we just chew on the lips and suck on the lips, because a lot of men may think that does something.
I think
that don't do nothing.
I think a lot of men don't know what they're doing, and I'm being honest.
I understand that.
And this is coming from somebody. I absolutely enjoy sex. I don't have it very often, but when I do have a partner, I'm all day. No, seriously. Like I can go a long time, or I can go a long time. Like it's
long time meaning.
Like I can go a long time without having sex, but when I do have sex, when I have a partner I'm having sex with, hey.
Is that straight just construction work, or there's breaks?
Like I think the most I've ever done was like 6 times in 24 hours, and I don't know. Like I was very sick afterwards, but it was a fun time. It was a fun time. God bless him.
Yeah, God bless any nigga having to follow that.
Listen. God bless him. Wow. Whew.
But that's when they made the comparison to saying that there is no country that prioritizes.
No, absolutely. I think so. This is a thing. I think, just learning about myself and growing and getting older and thinking about the type of sex I was having a couple of years ago, I said to myself, I would no longer be having service-oriented sex. And I mean that by...
What does that mean?
A lot of times I think that women compromise that makes them feel comfortable in order to please their male partner. And I noticed that like a lot of times when you have sex with people, like the last person I had sex with, I'm trying to get rid of that person I block them every week. Okay, because if nothing else, I can say that is somebody who is very, very interested in me having an orgasm.
So is he?
He is. Whew,
good? Who?
Oh no, he is. I don't think anybody could ever.
So the only thing missing on his dick is a cape.
I would like to take it with me. I would just be like, hey, can you just cut this off? I don't even need you anymore. Like,
okay, so what was it that he was doing?
He does everything. Like everything. God bless him.
Give me some specifics.
So like okay, first of all, men have like, these big ass hands, and fingering is still like on the table. You know what I'm saying?
You like to get finger pops.
But like niggas be having like these huge ass like hands. Like, are you trying to strangle my vagina? Like, what do you
So his
like,
hands.
Like, no, but like the finger game, the head game, the stroke game, the everything is like the passion is like, why are you a human?
Where's this nigga from? Wakanda?
He's from Florida.
He black?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't put my business out because I'm trying to get rid of him. So
why are you trying to get rid of him? Yeah.
Because we want different things.
What is it that you want outside of that he's not providing?
I want something a bit more structured.
Meaning?
I want like, hey, this is what if we're doing this, we're gonna do this. And that's what I want. That's what I signed up for, and that's what I want.
I'm him. Tell me what you mean.
I want consistency, and I want a title.
With what?
See, this is the problem because she said it, and this is why I don't understand. This is where I start off at the beginning because I want this, and he wants that, and this is what I want, and he wants that. So I don't. But I don't know what the fuck that is.
Exactly. Like what is it you want?
I want consistency. I want
with what?
How he treats me.
So how does he treat you? Like sometimes he treats you good.
Yeah.
Sometimes he treats you bad.
Sometimes it's great and sometimes it's indifferent.
What's indifferent meaning? Like what? You want him
if I call, he won't pick up, and then when he calls, he'll call a few times and be like, oh, you're angry. And I'm like, nah, like I'm just doing a you on you. Here's
the problem that you're not understanding. This is what happens with a good dick. Mm-hmm. Now, you want trash dick, holler at me because I'll be those things.
Like, he has a monopoly, so it's like I don't have to be a good person.
Good dick is not going to do you right.
No, good dick is a dick. Like,
trash dick is going to be structured.
Listen, trash dick is going to make you breakfast.
All right, and you got to eat.
Look, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but why does he need to pick up that phone for you at that? What if he's doing something? What if he's doing something?
But it's like it'll be like a day or two later, but this is the thing. It's like when I don't pick up the phone, it's a call back. And so I said, well, why do you think that when you want to talk to me, it's more important than when I want to talk to you?
Agreed. Do you call him back like he calls you back? Maybe he needs to feel like you really want to.
Do you want to be his woman?
I did, but I don't think so no more.
Because of that?
Yeah.
But if he would do those things, you would be his woman.
Yeah.
And you told him that, though.
Yeah. I want to possibly have kids. He
don't want kids.
He got some.
But he don't want kids.
He said, first he said that he would be disappointed if I got pregnant. And I said that I don't want nobody disappointed that if they get me pregnant. I would be disappointed in myself. Oh my God. I said, you said you didn't want to have any more kids. I said I didn't want to have them right now. Okay, get out of my face.
But that doesn't mean no.
Get out of my face.
But that doesn't mean no.
I'm too old.
To wait?
A year or two? You think you're too old?
I'm not finna wait for nobody to decide how great I am in a year.
That ain't got nothing to do with you being great.
Shit, me. If somebody want me, they'll want me.
They have to do exactly what you want them to do.
No, but I've been messing with this person since July. Like
this nigga owe you
since July.
It's not even that. It's the fact that that's not what I signed up for. That's not what I was sold. I was sold. Hey, I really like you. I want to be with you, and that's just not what happened.
He doesn't want to be with you.
Apparently not.
Apparently
we're not together.
Oh, but his choice.
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't sound like it. I'm just saying.
I said if he wanted. I mean, I think a lot of times men think that when it comes to settling down, that they're the only ones making sacrifices. Like he has a few kids. He has.
How old are his kids?
I feel like I can't put too much information out here.
Can you just say
They are
in can you just give me elementary school or high school or
they're
graduated?
all elementary.
So that's a tough thing though, because if you
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, it's like I live a very fast-paced yet stressless life. Like, I don't have to wake up and make anybody breakfast in the morning. You know, like at worst, as I have my cat slap me in the face. You know, like wake up. You know, I hop on planes all you know, fall and spring. I don't have this life where I have to sit down and do for somebody else. So I think that there is this miscommunication that he would be the only thing sacrificing. Like, oh, I can't fuck all these other people anymore. I have to just fuck you or whatever. And it's like, nah, like I have to do the same thing. You know, I don't have kids. I don't have these different responsibilities. And I'm okay with sacrificing my time and my energy even to make this work. But if that ain't what you want, it's okay. Like that's where I'm at with it now. Like, I don't, you know, somebody else is trying to holler and, you know, that's where I'm at with it.
Okay. It's the communication. And I understand
No,
what
I communicated what I wanted.
No.
I communicated what I wanted.
What you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know.
And that's what I'm saying. When I first started, you know, like dealing with this person, we were communicating that we wanted the same things. You know, this is the first time I've, you know, really thought about settling down with somebody, and I, you know, blah, blah, blah. And we're talking 3-4 times a day, and baby, I miss you. And then it just kind of tapered off.
Yeah. Did you guys ever talk about where you would settle down to?
What do you mean?
Did it ever
in Florida?
Like, yeah, it would be in Florida.
Honestly, if I don't like move to LA or something, you know, career wise, I probably would move back to Florida. I love Florida.
But did those conversations occur?
I probably already told him I wanted to move back to Florida.
Okay.
So,
I'm only asking. When you said, just to go back, and when we were having our argument, which I did enjoy having an argument with you.
Thanks.
No, I did. I did, because sometimes it's, you know, it makes the podcast fun too. But the reason I think it's different, and I wanted to just get this out about, you know, when you said white privilege.
Okay. And he's upset.
No. Because we all live. I don't live a black life. So for me to comment on a black life would be,
or a female life.
But I live with a female. We are always in a relationship. Not everyone, but if you're living in a relationship, you lived in a relationship with your mom, with you, so you and sisters, and so we have a different connection as we're speaking male and female. So that's why I do think that I don't think I'm as off as you put it to white privilege is.
No, but I think you want the conversation to be tailored to what makes you feel good.
It's not what
makes me comfortable.
What makes you feel comfortable? Yeah,
you know, it wasn't even what makes me feel comfortable. I would like to have a conversation in which I know going into it, the person wants the same thing from me as I want from them. Just like you just said right now, is what you want from him is what you want.
But what makes you think in that situation that woman wanted anything from you? She just wanted to talk about her experience.
I wanted to go into it a certain way. And this is what, and I know.
About her experience.
No. Not her experience. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to do this again. It wasn't about her experience. I wanted to go into it where someone said, this is, where we are going to have this conversation. I'm going to show you this. And then we can have the discussion about how we feel separately, only because I want to learn.
And that's what I'm saying. You keep thinking that was the purpose.
No, because if it's educational,
why is that the purpose?
If it's educational, you don't go to a teacher. It doesn't tell you, I don't like you, and you're going to get a bad grade.
Every single show has a target audience.
Yeah.
Has a target audience. There's no show that says we're going to be for everybody.
Okay.
So why in that moment did you think that you were the target audience?
Because if I went to a class and I had a teacher that walked up to me and said, half of you aren't going to get
Why
this.
do you think that in that moment, a documentary about vaginas, that was also very, very much about women knowing about their vaginas? Because
it was put together when they did say that it's the problem with sex is that men are not. They talked about men and women aren't taught about this. This was a teaching engagement. And when it comes down to what they were talking about, when they say things like in the industrialized world, no one is having this, and we know that the Netherlands and Denmark are having this conversation, but they completely avoid that. I feel, just from my own intuition, that they're going to skew this in a way that I have to look up shit because I don't like how you're doing
that's
shit.
centering yourself in somebody else's
I believe that I should, if I'm going to be absorbing knowledge.
I don't agree.
Okay, so when you drink water, you don't care if it's bathroom water, or you don't care if it came from the toilet, or if it don't care. I care where my information comes from. I'm protective of what goes in my head.
If I'm buying a bottle of water that's specifically for me, it's for me. This is not about you, so it doesn't have to be tailored for you. It's not about you. And I don't think I'm ever going to agree with anybody who something is not about feeling like the language should be for them. It's not for you. That's like me listening to some people speak in another language and being like, I have to know what they're saying. I don't have to know what they're saying because it's not for me. Now, if I want to learn what they're saying, I have to learn the language. I have to be okay with that. But at the end of the day, that documentary wasn't for you, and therefore the language didn't have to be tailored.
And
to make
that's why I said I felt like it wasn't for me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like at all, that I shouldn't have even been watching it, but I did. That's the difference.
In 1920,
Let's do that.
Sigmund Freud said that the clitoral orgasm was immature. Thoughts?
That's a very male thing.
I don't think a lot of men are very good at head.
Well,
I don't think that they know what they're doing.
It can also be. It doesn't have to just be head though. It can be fingering.
so you don't think that he knew what he was talking about? Obviously,
I think he knew what he was talking about in the experience of like how it was presented. Like, men in 2022 don't know what the fuck they're doing with the clitoris. So in 1920, he probably didn't know.
well, I'll tell you what he knows. I'll tell you what he knows, Aries and Andy. Oh, and apparently we have an actual hole on the show today. I don't think I've ever met this female dog. Who is this bitch? Kyla Lacey, you say? And obviously, she's a black bitch, so she must be a Rottweiler. Brett Butler here. You know, back in those days, white men were always right, and the women only served one purpose, and that was to please her man, not the other way around. We didn't know because we didn't care. And quite frankly, when a woman did experience an orgasm, we called them toddler screams, because they were no different from the way a child would scream when they didn't get what they wanted. Since bitches are female dogs, we expect our women to behave as such. When we say sit, they sit. When we say hush, they hush. And when we say roll over, they roll over. And when we pull our dicks out and say fetch, they get on all fours and they run towards our dicks and put us in their mouths like sticks. And when it's over, we throw them a biscuit treat in the air. And then we rub them on top of the head and say, good boy, even though it's a bitch. Brett Butler, yeah?
Who's Brett Butler?
He's the guy who sounds like that.
Oh my goodness.
It's a racist 1920s
Oh,
radio guy.
Good time.
Yeah, good times.
Wasn't it a female comedian as well?
Who?
Brett Butler.
Grace
Under Fire.
Yeah, Grace Under Fire, yeah.
I still love that show.
But she's a bitch, so she doesn't count.
Why I gotta be a black bitch? Can't I be like an African American?
Oh, no. You're a black bitch.
Go ahead.
Can all women squirt?
I don't know. I don't know.
So your super dick never made you do that?
That's not what I said.
She didn't say that at all. That's
not what I said. That is not what I said.
Okay, I get it now. You just said you don't know if all women can.
Listen, all lives matter, but not over here.
So super cock made you. Okay. Damn. Have but you have squirted then, right?
My phone breaking up. What you said?
Bitch, I'm tired of this phone, goddamn. I'm gonna pay the bill on this motherfucker.
I will say, I will say that there was
Well, no. Let's do this. Let's do this. When was the first time you squirted? And when it happened, were you like, what the fuck is this?
Was I alone? I will say this. The only time I can immediately think about it is that person.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it has never happened before, but it definitely happened with that person.
Really? And were you freaked out? Did you know what it was?
I knew what it was. I mean, because
I've heard some women.
It's happened with myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I remember Patrice would say, when you're fucking a girl and she's about to squirt, some women think that it's piss before they do it. And they go, oh my God, Patrice. They'd be in the middle of sex. Oh my God, I go to the bathroom. I got to pee. He goes, no, you don't. And even if you do, just pee, bitch. You know? So some women are embarrassed by it because A, they don't know what it is. And B, when they do it, they're like, because if it's the first time, what is this? I've never heard a dude say he was freaked out by it. And as a man, if you say you freaked out by a woman squirting, hand in your goddamn man card and your coupons to Buffalo Wild Wings, nigga. Because come on.
Not the habanero popper.
That is the sexiest shit ever. And listen, piss has a smell.
Yeah.
Squirt juice don't smell like nothing. It's just, you know.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know how when you was a little kid, remember how you was a little kid and maybe your sibling would take some water and on his hands and fingertips and just flick it at you so you feel them driplets?
My mother does.
I would love for a woman to squirt
and be
like, what? Bless me, like the what you call the niggas to do this?
I don't know.
It's the religion thing.
It's Catholics. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, squirt.
What is that called?
I don't know, but squirting is. I'm telling you, the older I get, I'm getting nasty shit. Nasty shit. I would love for a woman to cock over me and just squirt in my mouth while I lay there. Just,
This is the censored part of the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
But back to you.
Okay.
You weren't freaked out?
No.
Did you smell it?
No. I mean, I knew what it was.
And did you do it a lot? Like a gush?
I had to change my shirt.
Your shirt?
Yeah.
What, you squirted up your chest?
In the back.
Oh. You still got that shirt?
I don't know. I don't even know. You should sell it on eBay.
Sell it. That's my new COVID mask. Andy, you ever been with a squirter?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Okay. Here
Andy is are you married, Andy?
No, I'm engaged.
He's an engaged man. He can't talk about
no,
it.
but it was I'm not going to drop all information here, especially about my relationship, as you aren't doing either. And I'm not disagreeing with you. I haven't tried to pry, but on your.
I'm not with that boy.
I'm not trying to pry beyond your comfort level in this situation. But yes, I have. It's not. If you weren't expecting it, the first time could be a bit of a shock. I wasn't expecting it.
Oh.
What did you make her? What did you do, Andy? Was it like?
He put his beard over her clit and just kept.
His pre-beard and
it's pre-beard,
and it was fingering.
Listen, I think that fingering is a lost art.
But finger popping is some shit you stop doing.
That's the problem. That is the problem.
And you should keep your nails manicured, clean.
That means you niggas from Detroit with the long picky nails because you got fried chicken substance in it. Cut your shit.
You niggas from Baltimore, you too.
But if you watch the video, the doc that we just watched, there's a lot going on down there that just a thrusting piston isn't always going to get to.
I think the thing is, like, men try to like DJ the pussy. Like,
really?
Yeah, like no, like don't do that.
But I heard the key to the finger thing is inside.
Insertion.
Yes.
It's insertion.
Almost like a come here
yes.
motion with your two fingers.
Yes. Now if you're a pro, you hit the thumb with it on the clit, just a little.
Right. So you're like, your fingers is the rabbit.
Listen.
Do you like it when they make that noise though?
What noise?
Wow, that noise you just made.
No. Like, who's making that noise?
An Asian. Wow.
Get into it. I think a good finger while during like vaginal sex, like that's highly overrated. I mean, like highly underrated. Like
wait. You said during vaginal sex?
Yeah, like you're
behind a girl.
That's hard. That's hard, dude. That's hard. I've tried that.
It could be a missionary. I've had it done in missionary.
So you saying a missionary, he's on you on top, and while he's doing it with his thumb?
Like you don't have. It doesn't have to be with the thumb. It could be like a 2-finger discount.
Hey,
but I think just like it's more about not. It's like a gentle pressure, right? It's not
on
like
the clit.
yeah,
On the clit.
yeah.
But you say that when some women don't want the clit touched directly itself. Some
Who
like
them
it.
bitches?
Some
I don't
people like it
know.
over the hood. I'm sorry. I've discovered
I mean,
this.
they all come in different,
because they're not all the
shapes and sizes.
But sometimes, and this is what I would
because a lot
like
of
to
women
say.
can have vaginal orgasms.
But when that's happening, and there's no reason why you can't handle that part yourself.
What?
Yeah, I made a girl do that.
Well, then you lick your balls.
I didn't ask her to lick my balls at the time. I was fucking her, and she wanted this, and I was trying to get in a position
that's
that wasn't.
problem.
And
That's the problem.
no,
It's a
it worked.
team sport.
Yeah, it worked out great. I was handling my part. I got us in the position that she wanted to be in, but I didn't have the ability to really get.
Okay, so if you didn't have the ability, that's one thing. But if you have the ability and you're like, nah, you do it instead. Like,
No,
that's not what
I didn't.
sex
I
is
wasn't.
about.
No, it was.
If I wanted to do the shit myself, I would just masturbate.
I didn't have a toothpick in my mouth and went, nah, you hit that. I went
Why I gotta be a toothpick?
because it was just perfect. It was, we're doing this together. Let's work this out.
like, I mean, I could reach around and cup a ball. You know what I'm saying? Like
What do you mean reach around couple ball?
Cup a ball.
But where is he in the positioning?
A missionary.
And you can reach around and take
I
his
am very
nuts?
flexible. I'm very flexible.
Wait. So he's a missionary.
Oh.
And you turn
If
around
I could grab an ass, I could grab a ball.
you grab a nigga's balls while he's in you in the
know what
missionary?
I give a little cup sometimes.
That
It
would
depends on-
scare me.
Why?
Because I'd feel like a cat entered the room.
Meow.
Now it's gonna get personal. You never had a girl like when you came, just grab your balls and
No, who's yanking them?
no.
I mean, it's a little
I didn't say
puppy cup.
yank. Yeah, a little cup and
Little
a little
cuppy cup.
gentle like yeah.
Nah.
You never had that? That's nice.
Ball touches don't do nothing for me.
What?
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's like pussy lips. It's shrubbery. You know what I mean? Get to the meat.
If the meat is already in you,
You know he only eats when he eats pizza, he just eats this. He doesn't eat the crust. He never touches the crust.
I don't eat the crust either.
Yeah, see, well, that's
Oh,
see, you guys are just
you
into the you just want
You ever
that.
been fucked from behind and had a dude stick his thumb in your booty hole?
Yeah, it's not my thing.
No? Anal? None of that? Anal? You don't like anal? Yeah, I think that's just nasty.
I feel like you're lying.
No, there's doo-doo in there.
I just not my. It's not my thing.
Yeah, I don't fuck with cock out, nigga.
What if the girl that you're with wants that?
I mean, that's
No,
kink shame,
yeah,
it's
but
just
his face. you should-
I'll take a dildo and do
what
it.
if she? What if she said no? Aries.
It's got to be me?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you who it is. It's the She-Hulk. What's her name?
She-Hulk?
Gemma. Gemma wants you, but the only way she's going
Who
to
is
fuck you.
Gemma?
Oh, well, then I would do it. It's
Yeah.
my Instagram crush.
Who is she?
Broad. She's
Does she know?
No.
We have to tag her in
She's
one of these.
immaculate.
So
I've been tagging her to death, man.
Let me see her.
I'll pull it up
Okay.
before you. She's just and what's so crazy from scalp to cuticle. This bitch is bad and she's thick.
Her name is Gemma.
big
That's a white
thighs. No. She's mixed, black but mixed, and she's from England. She has an accent.
girl.
Oh, this bitch, boy.
Mm-mm.
Oof. Andy has a problem with black women can only have so much
Ass.
thigh and ass.
Sorry, Andy.
It's more about
he
thigh
says,
than
he
ass.
says
I don't like dense.
dense. Black women have dense.
I
He
didn't
calls
say.
them
I
dense.
did not say black women had dense. I said I don't like a lot of dense.
When a black woman has a big ass, sometimes there's what he calls dense.
I mean,
That to me is like black freckles, nigga.
I was like, I'm built like a mullet, you know, business in the front, party in the back. So
But you don't have the typical.
I definitely have ass.
No, I'm not saying you don't have ass.
Oh.
I'm just saying you don't have the typical
I'm not hippie.
Atlanta stripper body.
Right. I
Like-
have ass and thighs and cankle.
Right.
I don't have hip.
Okay. I don't know. I've never really.
Yeah, it's
Stand
there.
at
He
that
likes.
way.
It's not.
It's there.
Listen, I'm not rating your body here while we're
It's
doing
okay.
this. He likes things that are.
Voluptuous.
It's past voluptuous. I call her She-Hulk. She looks like she could smash, like as a superhero. Yeah.
And they said in a documentary.
he
Well, so
likes to be wrestled. Little WWE.
I don't mind a little. I don't
I
mind
think-
a little bit of
Well-
physical. Yeah.
All right.
Smack me. Don't hurt me, but smack me.
Okay. No. Will Smith.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
I want to be able to go, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
You have to do your fingers like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to-
the lobster claws, the crab claw. All right.
You have to laugh at your own jokes too. Yeah.
So if the majority of pleasure comes from the clitoris as opposed to the vaginal, then this is what the lady said, then every man should be eating pussy.
Well, one of the things she did say though, she said that a vaginal orgasm is like, because the vagina, the clit is like way larger. It was like a bird.
Yeah,
it was like a whole bird.
That's what I was saying. That's why you got to use you got to use. I think you got to use you got to use your fingers because there's a lot of things going on down there.
There's stuff.
Well, listen, eating pussy to me is intimate. Like I don't go down on every woman. I got to
That's
like
fair.
you.
That's fair. I agree. I
gotta like you because ugh.
Yeah, listen, I understand.
I'm not saying there could be a problem down there, but I don't know if I'm going to be that.
Yeah, all in your
close to clam. I got.
Yeah, if there's, I have to do I like this ball that's in my face? You know what I'm saying? Like you have to
balls. You fucking niggas with one?
No,
oh.
no.
All right.
And now she's giving away who it is. It's the one ball.
No, he definitely
super
has two
dick
balls.
guy.
No, he has two balls.
Okay. I thought this was pretty interesting. She said the orgasm gap. Why is it 95% of men have no problem orgasming whereas only 65% of women do? That's because, and then I said, that's because it's easy. Our puzzle is simple. To complete making a man come is as easy as making a cup of ramen noodles.
So have you ever not come from sex?
Never.
Once, but it was because I was fucked up.
Or whiskey dick.
Yeah.
Whiskey dick.
That happen.
Whiskey dick is a horrible thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, to make a man
I've been on the losing side of whiskey dick before.
Right. To make a man come
but it's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, put it in my ramen noodles. Making a woman come is like making a whole Thanksgiving dinner.
So, okay,
there's a lot of sides and preparation and getting the turkey and 3 hours in the oven. Like
I'm going to say something anti-feminist, right? Like I think, so I definitely feel like a lot of men don't know how to execute a woman's pleasure. But I think that there are things that women can do to facilitate their orgasms that they don't know about.
Like, tell us.
Kegels, for instance.
No, and when I say tell us, I don't mean you.
No, I'm saying
women, tell us.
I think they don't know. Like, for instance, like when I say about Kegels, right?
Kegels?
So Kegels. Kegels.
Kegels.
Right? So it's the exercising of the pubic muscle. So a couple years ago, I was out tailgating for my school, Go Knights. And this girl came up to me and she was like, "Hey, you don't remember me, but you helped me learn how to get an orgasm." "Okay, girl, tell me what happened." And she was like, "You taught me when you're having sex to squeeze your pussy muscles, and that will make you come." And she was like, "And it works. You're fucking welcome, bitch. You're fucking welcome."
All women know how to do that?
No, they don't.
Is it a simple thing to do?
If you've doing it for a while, it's simple. It's just like it's a muscle. And so learning to contract it like over time, it's going to get stronger. Your partner likes it. It's pleasurable to them and it keeps you, in shape.
Right.
But what an orgasm essentially is, it's a rush of blood to your genitals, right? So if you are essentially milking that cow, if you're squeezing that muscle, if you're pumping that blood, that's going to get you closer to having an orgasm. And then one day you can have multiple ones.
Okay.
Like people I know.
to this whole little, and I like the couples part that he didn't like so much, but I want to get to this because how much, and I believe, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm going to let you answer. The sensuality before sex. How important is that to sex?
Very.
That's important to me, and I think that's lost.
I believe so. And that's also why, oh boy has me wrapped around his finger, because he's like stupid passionate.
I'm that.
Like, "Oh, I'm killing you and I'm kissing you in the mouth, bitch."
I'm that.
That's you. That's
you.
Yeah, but passion is important. I think so. I realize that a lot of times when men and women have sex with each other, it's about the man getting an orgasm, and a woman is lucky if she gets one on the back end. And so Like that's what I said in terms of having service-oriented sex. I didn't want to have sex with anybody who wasn't concerned about my orgasms, who didn't think my orgasms were important. And it's not about how much can I make this bitch come? It's about how good can I make my partner feel? Because those are two different sentiments.
I think it starts in the morning. When my girl goes to work, I love saying, I love you, give her a little kiss on the neck. I can't wait to see you tonight. To me, that's the beginning. That's
I'm gonna fuck you, bitch. You whisper that in her ear like that?
I've never.
You should whisper it in her ear and see what she do.
I should, but I might try that one night. But she's very. She gets very like
conservative.
She gets a little. Well, she also happens to be extremely ticklish. So
that could be fun.
It is. No, it's not, because she doesn't like to be tickled.
Oh.
So on the same time, so sometimes you might be thinking you're doing something sensual, and it might.
And then she just turns into Elmo.
And it turns off. So I'm very, it's little things, but I think sweetness, and sweetness almost sounds gay the way that I just said that. I don't mean it that way.
Fellas, is it gay to be sweet?
The way I said sweetness.
I can't help but think of the Dr. Pepper man.
Yeah. But to be kind, to be sweet, just to be like just a little touch just before, like, I think those things are so important. I think I like holding hands. I think when you're out that night and you might go to dinner, I don't like going back after. I don't like eating and then going to have sex. So a walk.
I like being eaten and then having. Sorry, what?
A walk, holding hands. All that to me is important to the sexual part. And then when you get home, you walked a little bit so you don't have that fucking food in your.
Okay.
In your gut.
All right. I see you, Richard Gere. Okay.
I just don't like food. I don't like food. I mean, because then you food, you're digesting. I want to be digesting and fucking at the same time.
Andy, you be scheduling? Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Let's say you was my girl, right? And just like Andy said, it's the morning. You're making breakfast or whatever you're doing in the kitchen.
I don't fucking cook. No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever you do in the kitchen. Oh, that's that feminine shit. But let's say whatever you're doing, and I were to walk up behind you and say in your ear, very lovingly, very sexily, I'm going to hit you in the head with a ball peen hammer. And when you wake up, I'll already be finished.
What? What? Why would you say that?
Some women like roughness.
That's not rough. That's necrophilia. Okay. I was like, oh, well, we're going to have you Baker acted. So, okay, you're going to be 72-hour observation because you're nuts, Ted Bundy.
For anal, for the record, they talked about anal. One of the things that the sex toy experts were saying, and I've heard this before, there are beads for men where if you put them in your asshole, upon ejaculation, you yank them out.
Ooh.
And it's supposed to be like a 10 times a cum on steroids. I want to say for the record.
Okay. You don't want to know.
Anal sex is not for straight men.
It's not.
No man that's straight puts anything in his ass.
Okay.
Fuck pleasure. And I jokingly say on stage, when you're a grown adult, if you're a grown adult man with a grown adult woman, and you're two consenting adults, what you like is what you like. But sex is all about pleasure and being free.
And that's
but
what
to
I'm saying.
me, no straight man puts anything in his ass.
But, all right, hear me out. In that context, you're making gay the action and not the action or the actors, right? Like, is an action gay because of what is being done or who is doing it, right? Because if
what is being done?
Well, a blowjob technically,
right? That's what I'm saying. If I suck dick, if I give a man head,
right,
that's not gay. But gay men give other men head.
Come on,
then it's gay,
right? But I'm saying, so if I'm playing with a dude's ass and it's me,
but nah, yo,
Kyla.
Nah.
So once we reach anus, once we reach the sphincter,
I'm gonna take what Patrice said. Men are the fuckers, not the fuckee.
But see, that's
We're not
the
supposed to be the
problem.
fuckies.
Okay,
y'all are.
But see, that's the problem.
No, that is not a problem.
It is a problem.
So based on what you're saying, if I said to you as your dude, "Hey, put on a strap on and fuck me," I'm not gay.
But okay. First of all, if I'm doing
yes
it,
or no?
No.
You're crazy.
It's about the sensation, not about who's doing it.
Get the fuck out of here.
But again, with that sentiment that men are the fuckers, not the fuckies. Like, what does that even mean?
It's
'Cause
self-explanatory.
if you're lying there,
we fuck you. You don't fuck us.
No, Linda, if you laying there, and
Who's Linda?
Linda, listen, honey, Linda, please.
Linda, that's a little
Linda,
kid. This video.
Linda, listen.
Nah, that Chuck,
But look,
call me
look,
Chuck.
Your
Call
girl,
me Chuck.
your girl gets on top of you. She's not fucking you.
Right. If you laying there, if you like, babe, my leg is broken, which has happened to me, and I got to do all the work, I'm fucking you. I'm fucking you. If I'm doing all the work, I'm fucking you. If I'm on top, I'm fucking you.
Dude, when that
But
girl,
I'm still going inside you, though.
No, I'm doing the motions.
Fuck the motion.
See, that's the thing is like, so a friend of mine said, straight people consider it only sex when a penis is involved. And I was like, damn, that's real. And I think that's why, we view sex between a man and a woman as a power thing. So that's why.
It is a little bit.
Right. But that's why there is a difference in viewing two women having sex versus two men having sex, because what is this power struggle? We view two men having a power struggle. We can't reconcile that they are equals, right? And women, they don't have any power. So, okay, like, that's cute.
Well, listen, in one of my bits where if there are two lesbians in the crowd
Mm-hmm.
and I asked them a question about having sex, I think you may have seen it, but the bottom line is, lesbians like dick. They just don't like what come with it because they engage
And
in
I don't blame
dildos
them.
and strap-ons. So they like dick. They just don't like men.
But there are certain lesbians that do not want to be inserted.
Oh, I know that exists too. But my whole thing was this myth that somehow being a woman that's gay means I don't like cock. You do like cock, some of y'all. You just don't like what come with it. In other words, you like your shit a la carte.
A la cock.
There you go.
I mean, y'all are not bringing your best people. I get mistaken for a lesbian all the time. People think I'm a lesbian. I fucking wish. I wish.
I would never mistake you for a lesbian.
I get it all the time. All the time.
Never.
Because a lot of times I do dress like a diet lesbian. Like I dress like very entry-level lesbian. Very, very
but nah, you got
jazzy stud.
You got librarian. It's closed, but I'll let you in to fuck me behind the cooking section books.
A word from our sponsors. No.
dude, but I just have to go with this. I'm not very comfortable. I'm not a comfortable person.
Okay.
With what you said, any insertion.
Right.
But you do understand.
But why aren't you comfortable?
It's just
part of it is up here too.
Part of it is up there, but that is where your male central, like the one of the. That's where our fucking we feel that shit in there. That's where dudes really feel it.
The perineum.
Yeah.
Perineum, depending on who you are.
What is that word? What is that?
It's the G spot in a man's asshole.
Let's see. No, someone made that up.
No, it's not.
God made that up.
So men have a G spot?
Yes, it's in your booty.
Dude,
hole.
no, well then you know what?
You didn't know that?
I'm not coming. Not
Listen,
like that. I'm not coming like that.
That's like, okay, if you as a woman, if we're having sex and I press like right where your taint is a little bit, massage the taint while you're about to come, gives a similar sensation. So I've heard.
It's called milking. It's part of milking. Yeah.
Yeah. Does a body good.
Yo,
they also have I'm only telling. My friend was dating this chick who was in the she was like a toy specialist. She sold toys. She knew all the toys, and she got him. I'm just saying, she got him into it's like it's a male dildo that goes in and fucking plays with his in. And she got him in it, and
now he's not coming back.
He's not coming back, and he's once
you hit the crack pipe a little bit,
and he's like, "That's not gay. It is not." And that's But when I said that as I'm not open.
But this
to
is
that.
the thing, right?
The way I've been coming is fabulous.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's fabulous.
It's would you rather never have the best orgasm in your life because you think it's gay when a woman does it to you?
You know, the first blowjob was a dude sucking another dude off.
Is this in a history book?
I'm saying it had to be because I don't think a girl went.
That's white man logic. That's white thought.
I want to put a dick in my mouth.
I want that dick in my mouth. That looks like something.
No, I've heard you say that before. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, my mama said that somebody told her, like, somebody she knew, their friend became a crackhead or something. But the whole thing was like, he had heard that crackheads give the best head. And then he ended up being a crack. I don't know. It was a crazy story, but
the reason I say
it's like going to a mechanic out of a car.
But that's why those laws were made. That's what the laws were, that you couldn't suck dick in anal sex because that was
because of the men's.
That was
because it was gay.
Gay. That's why I said where that joke comes from. That's why that was illegal. That's still an illegal act, I think, some places.
In some places, giving head is illegal. In Florida, I think. In Florida, living with somebody you're not married to, I think, is illegal.
Driving a horse while you're drunk is a DUI in Arizona.
I will remember that.
Just in case you're horse riding and drinking some.
In Phoenix with the Suns. You all right? You had a moment?
Yo, man.
You had a moment? We're back?
I just, I don't know. This doesn't seem
straight to you.
Yeah, dude, bent over. Man is bent over.
Who said he was bent over?
So what is he standing up and being?
I don't know.
Either way, it's just
I've never strapped a man, and I've never strapped a man.
Some dudes like getting pegged, man. I'm that's what I'm saying. That's what it's called. They have their girl put a dildo on, and they don't want to be like fucked an orgasm. They just want that.
I'm not an expert in that department. I'm not saying I wouldn't.
I learned a lot from this dude's girlfriend. There's a lot that she information that when I hear I was looking for jokes, and I got to be honest, I didn't write one. The only one I wrote was the one that you hate. I was
the shit out of you, boy. That's me.
You see that, and that's part of what Patrice was saying. For a man, there is this, and I don't think it's not natural. There is this power dominant.
And that's the problem.
And what man allows himself to have?
Well, why does sex have to be about power? Why can't sex be about an exchange?
Okay, it is an exchange, but it's you're still a man.
You
still want to dominate?
Would you
let a girl? Why do you want to dominate?
Because dominate means he's pleased you. He's dominated
that
you.
does not mean that.
Would you let a girl tie you up?
Never.
What?
Never.
Come on, grow up.
Never. Tie me up for what? For what? What does that do?
To give her the sensation of being dominant. To let her have, she can do anything she wants.
And she, I got the whipped cream.
Sex and me, I'm not being victim in sex.
What is it?
I'm not going to be a victim.
I'm finna call Mariska Hargitay because this is sounding very SVU.
Dude, well, I'm not a victim during sex. That's not fun.
Who needs to be a victim?
She does.
What? You've been doing them Bill Cosby jokes too well. I just feel like that's what I'm saying. When I said
nothing makes a man feel more like a man than when a woman submits.
She be making that up.
Nah, not all women. Stop it. So Cape Dick ain't made you do that?
Well, I ain't never faked that shit.
No, but I'm saying no. If it's real, I'm sure some women fake it. But when it's real,
but I will give you this: it's very much an exchange. He is very much invested in my pleasure. It's not like now. Listen, if he want to get on top and
is it wrong for men to moan?
Nah, moan. Okay, I like that shit.
All right, but what if he moans like?
That's not a moan. That's like a sigh. That's like a
right.
Like look. If I'm on top, make noise, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like curl them toes. Like what? Come on.
Oh, Kyla. Oh, I don't know. You know what's cute is I know part of you is being funny, which is the cute part, but part of you is not being funny, which is the cute
Dead
part.
I think there's a lot less part of not being funny right now.
I'm dead ass.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you, man.
If I'm on top, I want you to feel something. I'm enjoying it. I want you to enjoy it. For me, I don't want to have sex with somebody that I don't feel like they're invested in having sex with me, right? Like, I remember I had sex with somebody and it got better over time. But the first time we had sex, I said, he was fucking the wall. I was just an innocent bystander.
That's funny.
Like, but for real, like, and how many times it's like, I'm just here to get what I want. Like, nah, I don't want to have sex like that.
If a dude is fucking you missionary, I mean good, and he spat in your face, is it okay?
Somebody spit in my mouth and
You didn't like that? You didn't like it? You didn't like it?
I fucking hated it.
Is that the feminist though?
No, it's rude as fuck.
Let me tell you something. If you're on top of me, listen,
and spit in my mouth.
Listen to me. If you're on top of me and you're giving me the business, I will open my mouth loogie in my shit. I want to hear a.
We ain't know each other like that. We ain't know each other good enough for that shit.
Okay, and then this is where we
don't spit in my mouth.
And we're at an hour 35, so I want to get to this point.
But what's the difference in kissing? You swapping saliva anyway.
Then why not kiss me?
It's the attitude that comes with it.
It's the connotation. Like spit is disrespectful.
But here's here's where we go, and this goes through.
Spit is also lube.
This is where
but he wasn't trying to lube my mouth.
This goes back to the beginning. It's about the communication.
Don't spit in my mouth.
It's about the communication. It's about understanding. And we are 1, 2, 3. We hold the deck of cards. We know we're going to come. You're looking for the Joker to come.
My people will never be free.
1, 2, 3. We're going to come like that.
Look.
So what it is, with communication and caring, we can get there together. But then that goes back to what I said. If I'm listening and I want the conversation, then make me feel like I'm part of the fucking conversation.
Oh, God, Andy.
There we went.
You know, this is the last note. Last two things real quick. Just so we define what is on episode 1. They talk much about pleasure through the clitoris, which is extremely sensitive based on nerves. Now that the one therapist who looks like Frank Caliendo is saying it doesn't happen in your body, it happens in your mind. So which is it?
I believe both.
And this is why men aren't as complicated with pleasure. Because for us, it happens through our dicks.
Mm-hmm.
But love happens through our minds.
Mm-hmm.
Straight pleasure is the dick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we can fuck you and not fall in love with you. Because to give our dick away means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
To give our mind away is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And give our heart is completely
You
different.
got to have a mind to give away, though.
Some niggas don't have a dick to give away.
Well, but they don't know that.
Oh.
They don't know that.
I really have a hard time fucking someone if I can't connect.
That is the most female shit.
Sorry, man. I'm being honest, though.
I like it, Andy.
I don't have to connect with you. If I'm just fucking, we don't have to connect at all.
If it's a drunken episode where we went out and we just agreed to fuck each other, that's a different story. But I cannot go out on a couple dates and fuck someone and then find out I don't like them and still want to fuck them. I just can't. It doesn't work for me.
Quick questions, and this is it. What's something that you consider, or most people would consider weird, that you like during sex? Or that's not common.
I like during sex?
Weird or uncommon. Just something that most people will go, what?
I don't think that there's anything that I like that's uncommon. I will say things that I like that don't happen often.
Like what?
So like the person that is, demon dick.
Demon dick.
Demon dick. And,
Damn.
Yeah. He's like a good kisser. And so he kisses really well during sex. And he's got like the neck nibble game on lock. Like,
See, that's all me.
Like people, like, no, don't just give it a little nibble, give it a little, he knows those things.
Okay, but that's most dudes know
They
that.
do not. They do not.
Really?
They do not. They do not. And he's not afraid of my body, which I like.
I like, and I don't know if you've ever had this done. I don't think you ever have, to have my kneecap sucked.
Never
have you ever had your knee sucked?
No.
Let me tell you something, people. I'm putting the SOS out there.
I should go suck a knee.
Listen to me, fellas or women. Make your partner suck on your kneecap.
Okay.
That thin skin is so sensitive, it'll make your eyes roll in the back of your head and your fucking toes, girl.
And again,
a little toral later too.
Little toral?
Toral toe sex.
What do you mean? I'm not understanding.
Toe sex, sucking on toes.
I do.
Twirl.
Listen, I'm everything that Cape Dick is except a dick.
I'm just so that make sure that you understood that I did watch this because you said you thought I said
no,
I didn't.
No, I got you.
You guys both fucked up. You don't make someone.
I'm a superhero
suck
with
your
no
knee.
powers.
You ask them.
Consent is sexy.
To suck your knee.
My bad, Andy. Andy got me together. I apologize.
Yeah.
It's accountability.
But how about you?
What?
Sexually, what's something that
did I like that women don't do all the time?
Blowjob?
No.
What?
fucking talk to me and tell me what you want, because I don't give a fuck what you say about who women are, what they are. Day to day, that shit changes. Day to
I don't know.
day.
I'm annoying during sex, so I'm.
What do you mean annoying?
I'm loud.
Like you scream?
Should be feeling amazing.
I want to hear what you want. If I'm doing something right, tell me I'm doing it right. Tell me like that. Keep
You
talking.
all right? Are you okay, Aries? Come back to us. Come back to us.
We're friends, right? Aren't we friends, you and I?
Yes, we are.
You know, friends make mistakes. Can't we just one time go out for drinks and have a one-time
I don't drink anymore.
friend mistake? Well, what the fuck do? You a feminist, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's hang out and get drunk and punch niggas in the face. And then soak our fists in each other.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Like, I'm being funny, but I'm telling you, Kyla got some fucking curves, nigga.
You guys like a lot of the same shit, though, when you guys are talking right now. You guys like a lot of the same shit.
Yeah, I mean, you got your energy.
I'm not trying to sell this deal. I'm just saying.
The glasses are very Clark Kent. And I know when them glasses come off, oh, Jesus. Oh.
I'm an artist. Artists are.
I'm an artist.
I know, but artists, I think there's like, I don't know. I think there's something different about artists.
Me and her could fuck on a bed made of pudding. Nigga,
Okay.
and it would just be
Chocolate pudding, vanilla, what?
both.
Oh, freaky. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, the squirrel cups.
It
We
would
look
be
like a dirty Timberland.
it would be Asian if you said strawberry pudding.
Why would it be Asian?
Because Asians like that strawberry stuff.
They do?
I didn't know that.
But all the bed would be pixelated, so you wouldn't
Do
get
they
to
like
see.
strawberry?
Yeah.
Strawberry.
First time I got strawberry Kit Kats came from Japan.
What the fuck is that?
It was delicious.
You know, I have a theory about kids who ate the strawberry and Neapolitan ice cream. They're somewhere looking glass right now.
How did you?
I'm just saying, like, who was eating the strawberry Neapolitan? Serial killers were. It's like the worst part of the ice cream. It is. It's horrible. It's
You
got
don't
the
like
little
strawberry ice cream?
It's fucking terrible.
Oh, Haagen-Dazs strawberry with the little strawberry chunks
That
in it.
is the worst part.
Oh no.
No.
So you have texture. You have textile.
I
issues.
definitely do. Definitely. I can't eat like certain bananas, like
Because of the texture.
I don't
Too
like
smooth?
plantains. So like I have to eat only the small bananas, and they have to be a certain ripeness. They can't be too ripe. They can't be underripe. Like they have to be perfectly yellow. It's a very, I don't like. I've never had cottage cheese, but I know I wouldn't like it. I don't like Jell-O. Never liked Jell-O.
You've never had cottage cheese, but you know you won't like it. Okay.
Wow.
Because of the texture, I can already tell that that's not my ministry.
What kind of texture do you like?
So like, I don't know. It's weird because like my mom doesn't like bread. I love bread because she doesn't like the texture of it.
Really?
I have a
Too
texture.
spongy for her?
Yeah, I have it like, but I like bread.
My dick tastes like bread.
Does
Yeah.
okay. Yeasty, nice,
Yeasty.
nice. That's what I want near my vagina. Yeast. Thank you.
God. All right. The Netflix documentary is called Principles of Pleasure. Check it out.
We didn't talk about episode 3 that I do think.
No,
It is
mention
very
it. Mention it.
serious.
Mention
Yeah,
it.
you would mention, but I think that is very serious because that is the coming together of the episodes, which I thought was important. Again, it's just my little brain that
so-
thinks we need to talk. We need to be in together.
I think a lot of women are also very emotional when it comes to sex and how they deal with sex. And like one of the things was somebody said call it chore play.
Tour play?
Chore play.
Chore
Like,
or tour?
chore.
Chore play.
Like when you come home, there's like a proven fact that men who help with the dishes,
Oh!
we're going all the way back. But men who help with the dishes have sex more often.
Men who bring home a lot of money have sex as often as they like.
I don't know. But I am saying this. There's scientific proof that when men help their wives or their spouses with household duties, they're more likely to have sex. And I think when women
They call
are
them bitch niggas.
No, I think when women are overwhelmed, you don't want to have sex. Like I remember I was younger, in my young days. I was working 50 to 70 hours a week, and my boyfriend at the time was working my fucking nerves. Yeah, that was all he was working. And he had the nerve to say I was cheating on him because we went down to having sex only 4 times a week. I was working 50 to 70 hours a week. What? What, bitch? And I say that to say, like, 1, I didn't even have time to fuck. But 2, like, you're not making a good argument. Like, I'm doing everything. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, and I'm working. You're not making a good argument for what I want to fuck you for. I should be fucking me.
So he wasn't working at all.
My nerves.
So if he was working, then you'd have been different.
I probably wouldn't be working at 2 jobs because I was working 2 jobs.
And this is not, what'd you call it?
No, not Demon Dick. No, not Demon Dick.
So what if Demon Dick wasn't working and you was in that same situation?
Demon Dick and I don't live together.
But what if you did and he wasn't working?
I might have to make some concessions for that.
See, Demon Dick, when you slang wicked cock, you can get away with shit.
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. Oh, okay. Baseball.
All right. Any announcements before we?
Just where we're gonna be, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, goodness gracious.
Where y'all going?
We're going to.
Dun, dun, dun.
We're going to be at the Funny Bone in Albany. We're going to be in April the 15th and 16th. So that's next week. When you're listening to this, the 13th and the 14th, when you guys are listening to this week's podcast, that's where we'll be, Albany. Then on the 21st to the 23rd, we're going to be at Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, Wisconsin. And then the 29th through May 1st, we're going to be at Summit City in Fort Wayne, Indiana, at Summit City Comedy Club.
Okay. I think Mookie, my man Mookie, sent me something on Instagram.
Oh, it's letters
really,
time.
No, of him really rapping. So, and it was not bad, man, because he once upon a time ago said he wanted to be a rapper. It wasn't bad. So I'm gonna play Mook shit right now. For my boy Mookie. Yeah. All right, Mook. I think that's it, right?
I think so.
Yeah. All right. We out, yo. And thank you to
Oh yeah, you got to give out your IG and all that.
Oh,
yes.
Kyla, Kyla, not Kayla, Kyla, J, the letter Lacey.
That's an undercover bad bitch, nigga. I'm telling you. I don't know if one day just let's make a mistake. Let's both have a moment where we just wake up and go, what did we do?
Each other.
Oh, we out.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. If you'd like to know who's responsible for this shit, it was hosted by Ari Spears and Andy Steinberg, produced by Steve Merrick and Anthony Holmes, executive producer, Big Papa, Robert Kelly, and Matt Klein-Schmidt for the Laugh Button podcast. For more information on where to find us, visit SpearsbergPod.com.